kind of reintroduced throughout the piece in different musical moods and styles. So it's a fun one. So hope you enjoy Sun Peaks. Thank you very much. Before we start, I should say this because I know that I sometimes forget if I don't do it early enough. But I want to just really quickly give a shout out to a student who's joining us tonight, not a regular member of this group, in the percussion section of HYSO and Youth Wind Symphony fame, Gabe Kulik. Thank you, Gabe. Gabe is an outstanding percussionist who plays, like I said, in HYSO and Youth Wind Symphony, and was generous enough to dedicate his time and talents to us this evening to cover some mallet percussion parts. So thank you very much, Gabe. Our next piece is called Sirocco by Gary Ziek, and I thought about kind of how I would describe this to the audience, and I thought, I better just read what it says in the score, because I won't do it justice. So if you don't know what a Sirocco is, this is what it says in the score, the composer's notes. A Sirocco is a Mediterranean wind that originates from the Sahara Desert. It is capable of reaching hurricane velocities in North America and Southern Europe. This composition reflects the changing nature of this dry wind. It starts with a brief and violent flurry, then settles down in a slower section depicting a still, hot desert morning. The desert comes to life as the music evolves into a 6/8 world music groove, featuring colorful contributions from the percussion section. And the piece concludes with a thrilling depiction of a raging sandstorm. So it's kind of important to know that before you listen to this piece, so you can envision it. And I think, actually, when you know that, I think a lot of the music makes a lot of sense. So hope you enjoy this. Very different kind of a piece, Sirocco. job, drummers. Good job. So before we continue, I just want to take a second to direct your attention to the back of your program. I try to always put on this program a save the date for the Hochstein Youth Wind Symphony concert that takes place in February. If you don't know what the Youth Wind Symphony is, it's the high school version of this group. So it's very, very similar, same structure, same setup, but it's grades 9 through 12. And this ensemble serves as sort of the primary feeder for that group. So I always try to make it a point to invite all of you and all of them to see that concert and to see the older kids and what they're doing. The hope is that many of the students sitting here tonight will eventually be in that group as high schoolers. And that group is phenomenal. They're excellent. They play really fun, challenging, exciting music. And just would like to make you aware of the date. And if you can come in person, that would be great. But of course, you know, live streaming is always an option too. But I think it's always great for the younger kids to kind of see what the next level is doing, and you know, with the hopes that many of them will continue on into high school and play in Youth Wind Symphony. I'm also the director of that group, so I hereby invite you all to that concert in February, and hope that you can make it, or at least live stream it. The next piece we're going to do is a complete departure from what we've been doing so far. Can totally slow it down here for a moment. This piece is a piece that I just kind of became familiar with like over the summer. I think it's really nice. It's a really tranquil, calm sort of ballad. The composer just writes in the notes that it's inspired by a little girl that he knew, someone in his family or close to his family, and the piece is kind of dedicated to her, and her favorite color is turquoise, and it also sort of serves as like kind of a musical description of what that color sort of means to him and what, you know, what kind of mood it generates. I don't know what you think of immediately when you think of the color turquoise, but maybe it's similar to what you're going to hear. So this is completely different. It makes really, really nice use of some sort of sparkly metallic percussion, and the piano is an extension of the instrumentation. So total departure from the other two pieces. Hope you enjoy Turquoise. Thank you very much. Thank you for being such a great audience. I was saying, typically, the top, there's a lot of people here. Typically, like, the top fills up, you know, and then, like, the bottom looks empty. And I walked out, and I was like, there's people on both levels. That's great. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Couple of quick thank yous before we wrap our program here. First off, all of you, family, parents, guardians, thank you for bringing them here every Saturday. Those of you that stick around in rehearsals and have to listen to me yammer on for 2 hours, I thank you. I appreciate it that you know, are able to do that. Those of you that do sit around in rehearsals, it's an interesting perspective to see from like the first rehearsal to now, like how things improve. And so thank you for all your support. I know that some of you actually have a longer drive here than the duration of this concert, and maybe a longer drive back. So thank you very much, appreciate it. Thank you also to all of the faculty and staff here at Hochstein that work behind the scenes to make these events go off seamless. Lots of people that are working in the background to make this all happen smoothly. So thank you very much to all of them. And I always try to make it a point to thank the music teachers, band directors, private teachers of these students who help prepare them for this. It's, you know, they get the music in August, and when school starts, they bring the music to their teachers, and there are so many other people involved in helping prepare them. So I want to just express my appreciation for that too, and thank all of them. So thank you to all of those people. Yeah, a round of applause for all of you all. Clap for your parents. Clap for your parents and your teachers. I've been the director of this group for 12 or 13 years now, and our concerts are always like at the end of October. It's always this time of year, right before Halloween. And for 13 years, without any deviation, I have always alternated the final piece of our concerts between two pieces that are very kind of like fall appropriate. For 13 years, I've never ever closed one of these concerts with a piece other than those two. And I decided this year, you know, it's been a long time, maybe it's time for some change. So this piece, Dark Ride by Randall Standridge, is actually quite popular nowadays. He's a very, very popular sort of hip current composer. He writes a ton of music for all ages. And I knew going into it that perhaps a lot of the students here would have maybe played this piece before, and several have. And I think as a musician, it's good to get a chance to play a piece more than once with a different ensemble and a different conductor, and to get a different perspective. So I thought, what the heck, let's do something modern and sort of change it up a little bit. So so many of you may have heard this piece before, but it's really fun. To me, it sounds almost like with the keyboard, it sounds almost like music from a Tim Burton movie or something. So when you know, if you haven't heard it yet, you'll maybe see what I'm talking about. But it's fun, and it's very appropriate for this time of year, and a departure for me. So I hope that you enjoy our take on Randall Standridge's Dark Ride, and I just want to say thank you again to everybody for being such a great audience, and hope to see you in February at the Youth Wind Symphony concert. Take care. Thank you. standing. Stay standing. Stay standing. Good job, everybody. Great job, really. Great job, you guys. Thank you. Can you leave your stuff? Head it back onto your room, and you're all good to go. Thanks so much.